I'm making this video for informational purposes. I'm going to give you a list of all of the members of the Congressional Black Caucus. And the reason I'm doing that is because of the Congressional Black Caucus PAC, which is a I'm going to call it. It's I guess part of the Congressional Black Caucus, but in my opinion, not really. Okay, so anyway, the members of the Congressional Black Caucus are the Honorable Alma Adams from North Carolina, the Honorable Karen Bass from California, the Honorable Joyce Betty from Ohio, the Honorable Stanford Bishop from Georgia, and I'm going to scratch all the honorables. Cory Booker from New Jersey, Corrine Brown from Florida, G.K. Butterfield from North Carolina, Andre Carson from Indiana, Yvette Clarke from New York, William Lacey Clay from Missouri, Emmanuel Cleaver from Illinois, James Clyburn from South Carolina, John Conyers Jr. from Michigan, Elijah Cummings from Maryland, Danny K. Davis from Illinois, Donna Edwards from Maryland, Keith Ellison from Minnesota, Chaka Fateh from Pennsylvania, Marcia Fudge from Ohio, Al Green from Texas, Alcee Hastings from Florida, Eleanor Holmes Norton from the District of Columbia, Sheila Jackson Lee from Texas, she's out of Houston, Hakeem Jeffries from New York, Eddie Bernice Johnson from Texas, Hank Johnson from Georgia, Robin Kelly from Illinois, Brenda Lawrence from Michigan, Barbara Lee from California, John Lewis from Georgia, Mia Love from Utah, Gregory Meeks from New York, Gwen Moore from Wisconsin, Donald Payne Jr. from New Jersey, Stacy Plaskett from the Virgin Islands, Charles Rangel from New York, Cedric Richmond from Louisiana, Bobby Rush from Illinois, David Scott from Georgia, Robert Bobby Scott from Virginia, Terry Sewell from Alabama, Benny Thompson from Mississippi, Mark Vasey from Texas, Maxine Waters from California, Bonnie Watson Coleman from New Jersey, and Frederica Wilson from Florida. Okay, now those are all of the current members from the Congressional Black Caucus. One name that should be here but isn't is Tim Scott out of South Carolina. I know that he was offered membership and apparently he turned it down. Now, I gave you the list of the names of the Congressional Black Caucus, and now I want to give you the names of the people that are in the Congressional Black Caucus PAC. Okay, the people that are within the Congressional Black Caucus PAC, let me see if I can enlarge this a little bit. Okay, they are Gregory Meeks, who is the chairman, House member out of New York, and Benjamin Branch, he's the executive director, and he is not an elected official, i.e. he's a lobbyist. Representative G.K. Butterfield, House representative out of North Carolina. Chaka Burgess is not an elected official. Andre Carson, House member out of Indiana. Elijah Cummings, House member out of Maryland. Garcia C. Dawson is a lobbyist. Representative Hakeem Jeffries, representative out of New York. Earl Jenkins is the treasurer, and he is a lobbyist. Representative Edie Bernice Johnson, representative out of Texas. William Kirk is a lobbyist. Stephen Horford is also a lobbyist. Marcus Sebastian Mason is also a lobbyist. Barb McGluten is also a lobbyist. Mike McKay is also a lobbyist. Stephanie J. Peters is also a lobbyist. Cedric L. Richmond, representative out of Louisiana, House member. Angela Rye Esquire is a lobbyist. Representative Terry A. Sewell, House member out of Alabama. Darren Watts is a lobbyist. And finally, Congressman Albert R. Wynn, House of Representatives. I'm sorry, he's not a member of the House of Representatives. He was a member representing Maryland, but he is now working as a lobbyist. The reason that I'm bringing all of this up is the number of members that are actually House members that are on the Congressional Black Caucus PAC is 8. The number of lobbyists for this particular PAC is 13. This PAC is about money, raising money, and political influence. And the reason I say that is I did a video on House of Representatives member Donna Edwards, who is currently running for Senate. And it really troubled me as to why she was not endorsed by the Congressional Black Caucus PAC. So I basically took a look at who makes up this particular PAC, and basically it tells me that this PAC is not about the causes for the black community. This PAC is about making money and trying to amass power. Amassing power in the form of lobbying for various industries, including big tobacco, the pharmaceutical industries, and various other industries. You could see from the people who I listed as lobbyists, and you can go to their website to get the specific information on each one of them. The website is cbcpac.org/leadership, and that will bring up the particular website, and it gives a little bit of history for each of the PAC members and what they are currently doing. So in my mind, the Congressional Black Caucus PAC is nothing more than a bunch of paid assassins for the most part. So the fact that they are not endorsing Donna Edwards, and their main function, as you can see here, and I'm going to see if I can get it down here. I'll just read it to you. The CBC PAC works to increase the number of African Americans in the U.S. Congress, support non-black candidates that champion our interests and promote African American participation in the political process with an emphasis on young voters. There are currently 46 African Americans in Congress, comprising the largest Congressional Black Caucus in history. With your financial support, we will continue to grow and expand our voice in key campaigns throughout the country. Please continue to visit our website for the latest updates on our activities around the country. That very first sentence, in my mind, this particular PAC is violating. The first sentence reads, the CBC PAC works to increase the number of African Americans in the U.S. Congress. That portion, in my mind, flies in the face of them not endorsing Donna Edwards. So, as far as I'm concerned, the title Congressional Black Caucus PAC to me means nothing but a bunch of paid for people. Now, I will say this, the Congressional Black Caucus membership, approximately 50% of them have in fact endorsed Donna Edwards for her run for Senate from the state of Maryland. So you have to look fairly close to see who's doing what. And one of the members in particular, which is Elijah Cummings, he has in fact endorsed Donna Edwards, and he is on the CBC PAC as far as membership is concerned.